Hello, this is Broyar, and welcome back to another episode of our Let's Play for Farming Simulator 25 as we continue our run here on Hutan Pantai. And we are finishing up a plowing contract that I deeply regret picking up. I've literally been sitting here for the last hour plowing this field myself. And why have I been doing that? Because the workers are really bad at using this particular plow. They don't know how to back it up. They don't know how to go forward. Like, it was chaos. And so eventually I just, you know what? I'll just put on a movie or a YouTube video or whatever, and I will just do it myself. So I have been sitting here for about the last hour, I guess about an hour and 15 minutes, plowing this field, and we are finally almost done. I mean, the good news is I did save us a bunch of money from the context of workers, as well as switching my car insurance to, I'm just kidding. No, but I have saved a bunch of money from the worker standpoint, and I also have, I mean, it's a very lucrative contract. Don't get me wrong. Very, very valuable contract. You know, it's like 20,000 bucks. But it's just, we're not going to do plowing contracts anymore. Let's put it that way. It's just not good. The only point of doing contracts for me personally is to let the AI be doing something on the side while I go work on my field. And if I have to go babysit a plowing contract like this, then it's not worth it. So last time I do this, it's fine. It's not a big deal. We'll get it done here. We do have the other plowing contract. I was trying to decide if I wanted to just finish it or get rid of it. You know what? I'm probably just going to get rid of it. I've been sitting here long enough. Let's cancel this one. I don't think we take a penalty since we didn't take any gear. Let me just finish this one first. Just make sure there's no weirdness. But we'll finish this one, turn it in, and then we will cancel that other contract. And all will be well with the world. Get back to our own stuff. I do have a couple new mods. Oh, by the way, if you did wonder why I was not, there weren't any videos for a week, if you did not see the note on the YouTube channel, or have not been part of the streams, I lost internet connectivity for an entire week. It was not fun, let me tell you. I mean, I did get to read a book and dig up some old Blu-ray discs because that's the only way I could watch anything to entertain myself. But otherwise, it was really not the most fun thing in the world to not have internet. You don't realize how much you use internet until you don't have internet. I guess we'll do this little strip over, which I know we did at the very beginning of this, but that's okay. So yeah, so that's part of the reason why, and that is the reason why there were no videos for a week. It's because I actually had them uploaded, but then I couldn't actually edit them and put the photo and all that stuff on them because I couldn't connect to YouTube to do all that stuff. Because I couldn't connect to the internet. Anyway, it was just a mess. Needless to say, I am back. I'm here. All is well with the world. But it has been a little over a week since I last played this game. So I'm trying to remind myself exactly where we left off, other than this gigantic plowing contract that will never end. But anyway, so all that being said, I did get a couple more mods. I do have a couple like Giants mods that give us some new vehicles, like tractors and things like that. Nothing crazy. I do have... there was something else I grabbed. I don't remember. But the big one is I did grab a kind of in development version of the autoloader, the universal autoload mod that we used to have back in FS25. So the person who I guess created that is working on the... we are finished with this. The person who created that is working on the FS25 version. It is currently only available on their kind of personal GitHub site or whatever it is, you know, for them putting up the source code. But they do have a zipped up version that you can put in and use. Obviously, you'd have to be on a PC. Anybody on Xbox or PlayStation would not be able to do that. And I'm not advising you to do that because I personally, I take a pretty strong stance about advising anybody of using anything that's not on the mod hub, because I don't want you to go download something and get some weird virus or some other weirdness and cause problems. So I'm not saying you should. And I'm not even going to tell you where the site is. I'm just going to tell you it does exist. If you are okay with that type of thing, it does exist out there. Just Google Farming Simulator 25 auto load and you'll find it. But I'm using it and we'll see how it goes from there. We actually used it in the stream earlier today and it seemed like it worked fine. So that's all good. All right, let me get this contract completed. We'll collect our 20,000 bucks and then we'll cancel that one because I just don't feel like doing any more right now. And let's get back over to our field. So speaking of auto load, one thing I did notice is that our equipment, as you can see, cannot see. Let me move my face out of the way. At the very bottom there, it says load area is missing. I believe what that means is that because I had this truck before I had the auto load mod, it doesn't have the load area. Now, if I were to go look at the truck in the shop here, we can see that there's like a bluish, blue square here that tells us, that defines, and you can even see the auto load at the very bottom of the, below the lizard, and that kind of second column there. It'll tell us that the auto load is there. So we know that auto load is in fact installed. It just doesn't work with our current truck. Now, I don't know if we go and like edit our truck at our workshop. I wonder if that will fix it. I tried logging out and logging back in after putting the mod in and seeing if that would work. Like it just needed to kind of reset itself, but that did not work. So let's just see if editing it will make any difference here. Customize. Does say auto load now. Let me go full bale trailer. And let's see if that got rid of that message. It does look like it got rid of that message. Cool. So, in fact, I should, in theory, be able to come over and pick up, like this lime, for example. Nice. I am a very, very happy person now. Just anybody that doesn't know how much I love this. We don't have the mapping for unload right this second, so let me shift I. Okay, actually let me load that back up and we'll put it on the right. Okay, I'll have to map that later, but very cool. I'm very happy to have that now set up, and that will make things a lot easier. Okay, well, now that we've figured out that we can modify our vehicles to get that working properly, what do we want to do now? We've got our grass planted. It is February. I believe we can mow it in a couple months, so not yet. Oh, by the way, I do believe when I mowed it last time, I mowed it one stage too early. I don't know if anybody commented on that or not, but we were testing it out. I was doing stuff in the live stream today, and I knew that was a thing, that there's like technically 2 stages of grass. But that is what happened. I did mow it one stage too early. So we'll try to wait a little bit longer this next cycle. I don't think there's really much for us to do. Now, when do we plant the rice? In April. So 2 more months for the rice. That is all fine. And it's... Oh, wait, did I look at the wrong rice? We want regular rice, not long grain rice, but it's also April, so that is all fine and good as well. I believe we were waiting for this to empty out because I was just going to get rid of this. I don't really need the mushrooms. As long as the cows have food, which they do, and the horses have food, which they do, and they have been exercised, I think we're good to fast forward. Question mark. Preserved food is done. I believe it's empty. We got a little bit of water left there. Okay. Let me double check the used lot. Nothing here that we desperately need right now. Let me go check our loans. Make sure I prepay back whatever we can, just to save a little bit of, wrong button, a little bit of interest for the moment. Cool. All right, I'm happy with that. I think we're ready to fast forward. I mean, I'm always going to feel like we're missing something, especially after it's been 2 weeks since I last played. So, but I think we're ready to fast forward. So, yeah, let's go. I did get a mod that allows me to fast forward from anywhere, like I used to have in FS25. So, that's one of the other mods I grabbed. Quality of life stuff. Oh, goodness. A little bit late. I was going to sit down and record some episodes before I went to bed, and then remembered I had to do the plowing. So I've been sitting here for an hour, and it's a little bit later than I meant to do this recording. So bear with me as I struggle myself through this. It does say ready to harvest. Again, we are going to wait for the second cycle of grass, so we get extra grass. And But other than that, I think we got to go run our horses again. Cows are, I mean, they're getting a little bit tight, so they might, yeah, they're probably going to need some more food. What about the horses? Horses should be fine on food. So we got to ride the horses, feed the cows, and then all will be well with the world. Shoo, let's go grab some hay. Now that we can carry a bunch more over at once. Okay. Let's grab, I don't know, let's grab about 10 bales. So beautiful. I love it. I love it. Auto load mod just makes the game playable for me personally. I know some people might question it or whatever. Sorry, it just makes the game playable for me. And if you do play on a console and can't use the auto load, I'm so sorry. All right, cows are fed. Let's go. Yep, we're over here. We can go ride the horses. Ooh, oh, we almost made it. Oh, she jumped very high. I didn't have a good running start. There we go. Alrighty, we'll get these ridden around a little bit. Shouldn't take too long. And, fast forward to next month, which will be a month that we will be mowing our grass fields. And getting a lot more grass than we did last time, which will be good. Because we'll have the second phase as well as all of the fertilizing on it that we did. So it should be a pretty good amount. Now that we have the auto load, I actually do not really care that much that we have those tiny little bales as well. Although we can't silage those little bales, so if we ever do want to silage, we'll have to make some adjustments. Or did I get rid of that already? I actually don't remember. I know I thought about it after playing around with it for a little bit, but I just don't remember at the moment. We'll look in a minute. And now that we have auto load, I'm actually more inclined to want to have bigger bales, because part of the reason for having the smaller bales is so I can move them around by hand since we didn't have auto load. But since we do now, I can pivot. Now we don't have money right this second, but we're not losing that much money per month though, right? We paid off our loan last month and I think we had like 2,000 bucks left and now we've got 941. We're really not losing much in interest right this second, which is very, very good. That means that any amount of money that we make should start digging us out of the hole we're currently in. My live stream run, we're actually doing debt-free. I'm not taking a single loan out of that one, but it's going a little bit slower. We're doing a lot more contracts. This one, we are doing a little bit of debt, but, you know, it is what it is. I think both methods are valid. And so I kind of want, that's why I wanted to do both ways, right? I don't want to, I'd like to do some with a little bit of debt, just kind of see how that feels. And we'll do some with, without debt, see how that feels and kind of gauge, you know, speed of progress. As long as you don't just absolutely kill yourself with interest, more often than not, going debt plus debt, doing debt, having debt is a net gain. Is it better for you? I mean, that's just, honestly, it's a weird fact of life that going into debt, as long as you can turn that debt into something that makes, you know, more money, you know, minus the interest, more net profit than what you would have gained without taking. I mean, that's the whole point, right? Deficit spending, right? So that's kind of the idea. But you have to be careful. You don't want to get in trouble, which I've done in the past. I've gotten in trouble. I've gotten too far into debt and just couldn't dig myself out of the hole before. I mean, I think one of our first goals is to pay off a big chunk of our debt. But again, kind of going back to everything I just said, we've got to be careful, right? if we spend so much time completely paying off our debt, we might actually miss the opportunity to increase our net profits per month, right? So there's probably a balance there. We, you know, still want to pay off a little bit of debt, but then we also probably still want to use our debt to grow. And some of that is probably going to be, you know, get new fields and new equipment and whatever we need. I mean, right now we've got most of the equipment we're going to need. So that's good. Where's my... There we go. We got most of the equipment we're going to need, which is good. Really make the progress we want. There's a few pieces that I'd still like to get, obviously. But for the most part, we're doing all right. Like silage. We don't have a way to get silage right this second because we can't wrap those tiny bales. You clean? Yeah, you can. But that's easy enough to swap out our baler for something else and then just getting a silage wrapper for it. We don't need the silage right now, obviously. I think we've talked about that because our baby buffaloes don't need it. I mean, there's an argument to be made that we never need it, to be perfectly fair. Because you can still make money even without that, but I like having silage. I like having TMR, so that will be the long-term goal. We will need a new cow pasture because this cow pasture is only good for breeding. We can't get milk out of this, but we'll cross that bridge when we get there. We got about a year until those baby cows are old enough to matter, I think. Okay, so what else do we need? Oh, we do still have the baler. I thought we did. I couldn't remember though. Sorry for the yawn. I told you it was late. Do we sell we don't have to sell the mushrooms yet, so we got a little bit of time left to wait on that. Then we're good. Cows are fed, horses are ridden. Let's fast forward to the next month and start mowing. I really haven't been looking at contracts while we're doing this. If we start mowing, we'll look at contracts for our mowing. But I got to find contracts that are going to time out around the same amount of time it'll take for us to do all the mowing and baling and stuff like that on our fields. So that's kind of my trigger point, is when we have work to do on our fields, if it's a significant enough amount, that'll be a good time to work contracts. Now, we are currently slightly negative, but honestly, not that much. We're doing mostly okay. Interesting little tractor. I mean, how much of our tractors are worth right now? I always hate to figure out where to find the vehicles. Okay. Because we've got... a white one. Okay, there's the red one. 76,000 bucks, and it goes up to... it's only 143 horsepower. And then the white one is our big one. 12,000 bucks. Honestly, do we sell the red one? And buy this? Oh, you know what? This one's got to wait on the front. It can't have a front attachment. Other than that, though, it is nice to have one that we can upgrade with a much beefier engine. Although, let me think about this for a second, right? Because we've already got one that's got that, right? This one's very similar. Makeup. Do we need a front attachment anymore? What do we have that needs to attach to the front? I mean, I would say the plan was to put the baler, or not the baler, the forks and stuff on there. But we don't really need the forks right now because... And what mower did we pick up? I actually don't even remember what mower we have. Where's my mower? I hide things and stash them places. There it is. So we do have the front mower. But can't this attach to the back and just be a back mower, right? Isn't this omnidirectional? Now, it does mean we won't get the back mower bit for right now. On the other hand, I could just sell the white tractor and buy this. It's only at an extra cost of 15,000 bucks for a tractor that can be better, right? Or can this one get better? Let's see how much better this one can get. So we can go up to 225. So, and we saw that that one could go to what? If this one can also go to 225, then it's the same. In fact, I'm just realizing. Well, these the exact same tractor. They're just different. They're the exact same tractor. No wonder. It's just different brands, right? Because this is not Challenger. This is Agco. Agco and Challenger, I guess, are just two different names for the same thing, or at least in the context of the game. They are literally identical track. No wonder it was like very familiar and okay. Never mind. We're good. We're fine with the white one because it's the exact same tractor. I'm glad I looked. I mean, there is still an argument. If this could have a front attachment, like even if they were both the same tractor, but they both could also have the front attachment, then I would sell the red tractor to grab this because it's just a better tractor overall for what we, need, and it's cheaper. We make some money back. But obviously it cannot. So anyway. Sorry about that, guys. But that was kind of funny in my mind. In fact, we can see them right here. They're literally just two different colors of the exact same thing. Very cool. I did not know that. Is it just like a American brand versus European brand, or what's the, I wonder what the story is there. Did I already fast forward? I don't remember. I don't think I did. No, the grass does not look like it's grown anymore. I think that's what I did, is I literally checked the, or is that grass bigger? I can't tell. I guess the best way to know if I fast forward is the cows have been fed. No. And the horses have not been ridden. Okay, no, we did fast forward. So, I couldn't remember. I was going to say, the grass does look a lot taller than I remembered it being. My apologies, guys. We'll go get the mowing started. And then while the mowing's getting going, we'll get the, yeah, I'm just going to put this on the back here. Partially to prove to myself that it can be put on the back. Alright, all looks good. Okay, we do need to get a loan, just briefly, just so we can have a little bit of money for our workers to do stuff, but that's not a big problem. Oh, no, it can't go on the back. Alright, well, now I know. I thought it, I mean, it can attach to the back, obviously, but it does not actually function on the back. I didn't know for sure. I thought it could, but obviously I was wrong. Well, I'm glad we didn't sell the red tractor then, for multiple reasons. Why are you not lifted? Oh, you're not lifted. I had it still on the ground. No worries. We'll just drop it off here, grab the red tractor, bring it over, and all will be well with the world. I think we will need a beefier tractor that does have a front attachment capability in order to get the back bit of the mower at some point, but that's not a problem for today. It's weird that just by... Oh no, I'm sorry. I was looking at it wrong. It is all still set up properly. Okay. Get you rolling. Let's go get some more hay. Wrong way. Oh, and it is April. So we can plant, we can plant rice for the first time, and I gotta figure out how to do that. Because it'll be our first time planting rice. I know we gotta flood the thing, but I thought there was something else we gotta do. Don't we have to fertilize before we flood, or is it after we flood? I'll look it up. Because there is some nuance to it. Why are you not telling me I can load? There we go. Sometimes you have to like drive away and come back. It's weird. You know what? I kind of feel like the cows ate more. I feel like we need to grab more of this. How much the horses have? If the horses have enough, we might just give the cows a rest. Yeah, the horses are fine. I think the cows ate basically all the 6,000. I mean, there's really basically nothing left there. So let's go ahead and just literally empty this thing out. Oh, wrong spot. Yeah, that's fine. Just grab everything. Because we're getting more grass now. Or hay, whichever we decide to do. This turning is much more aggressive than I used to. Okay. Cows should have food for at least a couple days. Alright, I'm probably gonna get the horses fed between episodes here. And then when we come back in next episode, we will work through and walk through how to plant the rice properly together. Kind of based on like, do we flood it now? Do we fertilize now? Again, I can't remember the exact order. So we'll figure out the order. We'll get everything worked out. Hello, cows. Or buffaloes, I mean. You're starting to look kind of cute. I mean, actually, you started off cute. What am I saying? You're still cute. So we'll get all that rolling. And we'll go from there. But, what did we learn today? Don't take plowing contracts. That's the biggest thing we've learned today. I do appreciate you guys watching, though. May God bless you. And I hope you join me again next time. Thank you and goodbye. I wanted to give a special shout out to the following channel members. Thank you so much for supporting the channel.